Fellas, lady fellas, how y'all doing? Long time no see. I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back. Got a new deck profile for y'all. Some minor changes, but some significant changes. What I did to the Blackwing deck was to go 4-1 in a locals. Got a win against Virtual World round 1. Salamangreats, I won in round 2. Lost to Striker in round 3. Beat Guru Control in round 4. That was hilarious. I'll explain that later. And beat another Salad player in round 5. So the guy I lost to, he's a very good player. He's almost always topping. I lost to him. His only loss was to the first place person who went undefeated. So I got third, he got second, and the other guy got first. I'm actually going to do something a little different with this. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to do it more of a deck crafting theory. It's a version of doing a deck profile that I wanted to test out, and y'all just let me know what you think of it. I feel like it'll explain the reasoning for playing certain cards at certain ratios than it would for just a regular deck profile. Line all the cards up, tell you play this many of whatever. So first we'll get the basic things out of the way, the hand traps. All I did was play 2 ghost bells, 2 ash, and 2 kaijus. The kaiju you play because it's the dark one, so you can get rid of it off allure if you need to, and its attack points don't really matter when you have gale to cut it in half, as well as full armor master to steal it back, on top of just running it over or popping it with things like rusty or just your bigger monsters, Arc Rebellion, things of that nature. Ash Blossom just hit so many different decks that it's just worth playing. I keep thinking of taking it out because there's so many decks that can play through it, but every time I hit somebody with Ash, if you hit them at the correct point, then they either make a weak board or no board, and I'm entirely okay with that. It really just depends on the matchup. Same thing with Ghost Bell. It can either end a turn or they'll play through it one way or the other, but if any hand traps are just for them to make a weaker board, not necessarily stop them outright. That's what your more high impact hand traps are for, and that's when those are the ones I play when I really want to go second and OTK somebody. I want to completely stop their board rather than play through it. But the theory behind this is I want them to make a weak board, like maybe 1 negation, and then full armor master can take that monster. Things like that. They'll make a Boral sword or a Boral savage. I'll bait out that negation, make a full armor master, steal the Boral savage, and now he still has at least 1 counter on him, so I can use that negate on their turn. Use their monsters against them rather than outright destroying the monster. You want to take their resources. Let's see. After that, we use the starters. The starters that you're gonna want are, of course, the 3 gust, the back blast, and 3 simoon, the poison wind. Now, the reason you want these as your starters is because they start off your most important combos. This one being simoon gets you the whirlwind, gets you into your full combo by himself with any other Blackwing except for 3 of them in the deck. Anyone that can be special summoned. And then the gust, mostly because it's level 2. What we do with these is the gust plus these 2 level 2s, the 2 harmattans, as well as the simoon, and these 2 level 4s, the austers, are combo pieces that you want to use together. These 2 being used in order to overlay for the djinn buster that stops you from stops your opponent from hand trapping you, especially Nibiruing you, as well as the auster that combos with this in order to get you into your typical full combo for the Kali Yuga combo. After that, the other important thing that you want to remember is that you want to have minimal normal summons in this. something that Kali Effect pointed out is that you want to have no more than 5 normal summons for a combo deck, and I entirely agree with that, especially after playing with it. So the 5 that we're going to use are 2 Auster the South Winds and 1 Blizzard the Far North. Blizzard because of that north-south combo I showed you in a previous video, as well as the fact that it's also a level 2, so you're technically playing 6 level 2s in this deck, increasing your chances of being able to make the Djinn Buster on top of having full combo. And then the other 2 normal summons are 1 Zephyros and 1 Decay the Ill Wind. These 2 are ones that you really want to bring out because of another card. You don't really want to use your normal summon on them because they don't do anything with their normal summon. Decay kind of does, but these 3 are more impactful as a normal summon. So you want to normal summon the Auster to bring something back and trigger the whirlwind, or same thing with Blizzard to bring something back from the grave and trigger the whirlwind, things like that. Whereas Zephyros, you just summon it, whirlwind if you have it. Same with Decay, but Decay on normal or special summon can target any Blackwing on the field and increase or decrease its level by 1. But if it's in the grave, if this card's in the graveyard, because it was sent there this turn, you burn for 1,000, which doesn't really matter since the main combo uses that rank up spell to banish 3 monsters or 3 darks from the grave to rank up your 4 Strix into a Arsenal Falcon. You can just banish this from the graveyard and not have to worry about its effect. But mostly because you want level 4s and level 2s, because the main exceeds we go into are the level 2, the rank 2s, so that you can stop the hand traps, and then of course the 4s because most of your extra deck needs to go into the 4s. So we'll use those 5 normal summons. Outside of that, you want to, like I said, preface your level 4s and your level 2s. So we have those 6 level 2s on top of 1, 2, 3, 4 level 4s. And then in addition to those 4 level 4s, you'll play 3 boras and 3 Kris. So in total we'll have 10 level 4 Blackwing monsters and play 11 with the strangle lanius. And the strangle lanius is really only there in order to have basically an additional extender, but also the fact that it has the ability for when you have that Dark Exceeds monster that has a Dark Exceeds monster as material, which you'll have after using the rank up spell, you can special summon a Raid Raptor monster from your graveyard when you summon him. So he can be summoned, and Monster Reborn back your 12th 4-star winged beast monster, which will be the Raider's Wing, which is the main combo piece you want to go into off of your Strix Link monster. So if you go into the Strix, get the Raider's Wing, overlay for the 4 Strix, detach the go through all your combo, you'll have this engrave when you try to when you have your Arsenal Falcon that has the Strix the 4 Strix under it. Then you can summon this, which brings this back, and now you have 2 more level 4s on the field. Things of that nature. This the only bad part about Strangle Lanius is that it locks you into dark monsters for the turn, but the entire deck is dark, and it really only is, you really only not want to do this if you plan on going into the simorgh link play. But the simorgh link play is always your backup plan for if something goes wrong, and you couldn't do it anyway if you use simoon. So you're not really too worried about it because it was always the backup plan. So you have 12 level 4 dark winged beasts and 6 level 2 dark winged beasts. So that gives you pretty good chances of going into your Djinn Buster, as well as making sure you have level 4s in your hand to get out the entire combo. The next part would be the Phantom Knights and the Storm Winds. We use these two mostly because we dropped the what was his name? Ancient Cloaks, because Raider's Wing is a PK monster and a Raid Raptor monster. The only reason to play the Ancient Cloaks was that if you open the boots, Rusty needs to have something in the deck to send in order to still be able to get that rank up spell. Whereas this one, if you open the boots, it's fine. You can just send the Raider's Wing and your strix can grab a Zephyros instead. If you open the Raider's Wing, then Rusty can still send this. The only time it absolutely doesn't work is if you are unlucky enough to open these two specific cards in your opening hand, at which point that just sucks, and I don't know what else to tell you. Opening two specific cards, that's like opening Dark Magician and Red Eyes Black Dragon in your opening hand, so you can't make Dragoons. It's very slim chance of doing so. If you open one of them, you're still fine. And then the Storm Winds, because like I said, your backup plan, which has won me plenty of games. I beat Shaddolls in one tournament I played in because he hand trapped me to death and stopped me from doing pretty much anything, but I still had a Link 2 and another Blackwing on the field. So made the simorgh Link, summoned this, sat on it, they couldn't out it, and they just died to a barrier statue, and I just every turn kept normal summoning a new Blackwing monster, normal summon a Kris, normal summon a Bora, and just eventually ran them over because they couldn't get any of their cards to go off, and they couldn't super poly into a window or anything because they couldn't summon anything other than winds. So the barrier statue is a good backup plan, and it's in here. Sometimes it's you rarely open it. There's like, these are the main two cards in your deck you don't want to open, so the chances of opening just these two kind of bricks is pretty slim. And slim enough to be manageable for you to not mind it. The last three monsters we play are just the Gale, two Gales, and an Oroshi. And I'll put the full deck list in the description so you can see like a actual list, but I just wanted to go through this as showing you the ratios and reasons for playing certain cards. These are entirely additional extenders. You need the Oroshi and the Gale solely because of their attack points. The simoon can search this if you already opened simoon and auster. The Oroshi is just the lowest attack point one that you can search and special summon because you control another Blackwing monster. So even if you normal summon Harmattan, you can still search this. So you can open two Harmattans and an Oroshi with a whirlwind and still have full combo. It's that ridiculous of a play because the Oroshi can get searched off of the Harmattan's normal summon the other Harmattan, it becomes a level 4, and now you have 3 Blackwings and a level 4. All you need to make full combo is 3 names, as long as one of them's a level 4, or simoon and a non-auster or blizzard, a simoon and a special summonable Blackwing monster. That is all you need to go full combo. So you just play a lot of names and a lot of ways to get 2 more names. So after that, I think that is a good bit of monsters. You mostly want monsters in this because it's a very monster combo heavy build. But for the spells, it's real simple. You just go 3 whirlwinds, 3 allures, your rank up magic launch, and your rank up magic force, and then called by the grave for extra protection, and the shade brigandine. This is a very basic spell and trap lineup. We're focused on going first. There's contingency plans in here for if you go second, such as the Rusty being able to pop things, and the combo itself is able to pop things and run over things, cut things in half with Gale, full armor master to steal things. Like, Blackwings in their essence should have been a go second focused deck. So without using all this extra PK stuff and rank ups and things like that, that's what makes it go first. Without all of that stuff, you can just run people over going second, steal their opponent's monsters, stuff like that. The side deck is, well, we'll do the extra deck first. The extra deck is Strix, Rusty Bardiche, and a Simoon, simorgh. These three are your only link monsters. They're the only ones you really need. I'm thinking of changing up the lineup just a little bit. I'll let you know which cards I'm planning on trying to cut out. If I do take out the simorgh and the barrier statue, then I'll let you know if I put something in. Nothung for that extra burn damage and the extra normal summon. Yeah, winning in time with this is really annoying for your opponent, but sometimes it's necessary. Cowboy for game. Hawk Joe for that north-south combo I've showed you. I'm considering taking out the north-south combo, taking out the blizzard for another, for a third harmattan. But because it's a hard once per turn on its summon, I'm not entirely sure if I want to do that. Then you have the Berserker of Tenyi. This is the main reason that the tornado is in there. If you open, let's say, simoon, simoon, auster, and a bora, that's a pretty easy hand to open up with. Basically, you don't need to search out as many things, so you can get, if you get to a point where you bring out the tornado or the decay, the ill wind, he's a level 4 tuner, so you can use him and the bora in order to go into the berserker of Tenyi instead of going into the djinn buster. If you didn't have the ability to go into that, this can still stop your opponent from Nibiruing you. When they activate Nibiru, you just banish the Nibiru out of their hand. So this is like a level 4 version. If you open up level 4s instead of open up the level 2s. Level 2s you go into djinn buster. Level 4s you go into berserker Tenyi. And that's how you stop your opponent from stopping you so heavily. I like this more than the Boral Savage Dragon because you can make him before even having a link monster in the graveyard. The Savage is only good if your combo puts you into a position where you've already put link monsters into the graveyard so that you can equip them. This one, you don't have to. You can normal summon an auster, normal summon or special a bora, special a bunch of other stuff, and still make this without ever going into a link, which I think is more useful, especially since in battle he's much more useful running things over, gaining the attack points, and attacking again. Full armor master because he steals monsters, and then because, like I said, you want to have your 6 level 2 monsters in the deck in order to make the djinn buster, so that you can stop the what's his name, stop Nibiru and pretty much any other hand trap, especially since now people aren't main decking Nibiru as heavily. Still nice to have because it can stop any monster effect that they activate. It can even stop gamma if they try to hold the gamma before you get to this. It really just depends on when they activate their cards, like everything else does. But then you also have the level 4 focus, so that you can, the 12 level 4 monsters we play that can summon themselves, or the 10 level 4 that summon themselves and 2 that are normal summons. We have the Redoer, the 4 Strix, the Raider's Knight, and these three will rank you up into the, these three, and then the Raider's Knight ranks you up into the Ark Rebellion. Then you have your Arsenal Falcon, your Duodon King Kali Yuga, and a Zeus, just for extra protection, you know. Sometimes, for whatever reason, Kali Yuga wasn't enough to kill them. You attack with Kali Yuga and then drop a Zeus on top of it, because after the turn Kali Yuga summoned, he's not very useful because he won't really have much of an effect other than his quick effect. But then you drop Zeus on top of him, so he will have at least 2 materials under Zeus, since the rank up spell that makes Kali Yuga equips itself as material as well. Kali Yuga actually won me the match versus Guru, not because I summoned him, but because of his quick effect. I went first and basically made my entire board, and the Guru player said, I'm a set 4, set a Guru, and pass. Into your main phase, I'll rank up into the Kali Yuga. On your end phase, I'll just wipe your whole back row, so now you're just left with a Guru face down. Went into my turn, just OTK'd him because he pretty much had to scoop after that. So this deck is very strong, very versatile. It changes directions a lot. You can play around a lot of things. Of course, that's evident by the fact that I beat Virtual World, Salad, and Guru, and then another Salad player. And that was just this tournament. It's also beaten Shaddolls, Heroes, Prank Kit. It's beaten a lot of different things. So the side deck, we mostly use 2 Drolls, because the Drolls are more of a high impact card. It really just depends on which deck you're playing on if this is useful or not. Lancea, Lightning Storm, Alpha. These I like because these 2, people keep asking me, does the Droll hurt the deck? Kinda. It really entirely depends on your opening hand. You might only need 1 search off of the 4 Strix, and if that's the case, then the Droll does nothing. Because if you can do your combo without using whirlwind or allure, then that 1 search off of the 4 Strix is all you need in order to do full combo, because everything else puts things straight from deck to field instead of adding it to your hand. The Lancea, very strong, especially against the Tri-Brigade matchup, since that's pretty much the best deck right now. Same with the Lightning Storm. If you can go ahead and kill the Revolt before even trying to start your combo, it's a lot easier. And the Alpha Master Beast, because all of these can be special summoned so easily. You can summon a Blackwing monster, summon this, summon another Blackwing monster. Bora and Gale don't have that hard once per turn, so you can bounce them and then just immediately summon them again. So Alpha comes in handy for clearing boards. The other 5, you saw it in the previous build, we actually moved it to the side deck because I realized something. So we'll have 3 shaddoll fusions, Ariel, a dragon, and an apkallone. We cut the window. We cut the window because I realized that shaddoll fusion is a great card if you're going second or playing an actual shaddoll deck. If you're not playing a shaddoll deck, shaddoll fusion is strictly a go second card. The reason being is that when you're going second, your opponent has an extra deck monster most likely, so that you can use this in order to send cards from the deck to the grave. On your turn 1, shaddoll fusion is just a polymerization. You have to use cards in your hand, and you're not gonna open a shaddoll fusion and one of these 2 very often in order to make the window going first. But going second, you can still use shaddoll fusion, send these 2 in order to get both of their effects off, and make an apkallone and get its effect. So you're using shaddoll fusion. You're using one card in order to get a banish 3 from their graveyard, pop a spell and trap, and turn a monster's effects off. That's a lot better, and it's a better package siding in. You side in 5 cards out of the main deck and 1 out of the extra deck when you're going second. And then the last card in the extra deck is Air Raid. If you know you're going second, you can put in the Air Raid, because you basically do the same combo that you would be doing to make Kali Yuga. You just change it up a little bit, and in order to summon this off of the rank up magic that banishes from the grave. So you'll banish 2 instead of 3 and make this one, and on its succeed summon, it'll pop a card. And because you summon it to Rusty Zone, Rusty will pop a card. This has 2000 attack. You still have the 2 level 4s that you can go into in order to make the Raiders Knight into Ark Rebellion. And basically the combo gives you more than 8000 attack on just your side of the field, yet alone whatever your opponent has. So basically you can just OTK them by destroying everything except one of their monsters, so that you can run over that monster and have more attack. Or if they have no monsters, you have the 8000 necessary to kill them on your side of the field. So that's it for the deck profile. I'll make a combo video, since this video is going pretty long. I'll make a combo video going over the combo that I just said, as well as showing what happens when you're able to make the Djinn Buster. I don't think I've shown that yet. But again, guys, like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this deck profile. Really lets me know what kind of decks y'all like. Please let me know what deck you would like to see me build next. I think I can go ahead and show the generator profile. That one's very fun. It succeeds focus and steals your opponent's monsters as well. But also, if you like this version of doing a deck profile where I, instead of just lay them all out, I'd show you the different routes to and reasons why you play certain monsters at certain ratios. If you like that deck building theory style of a deck profile, let me know in the comments below. I think that it gives a lot more insight for why you play things, other than just, here, that's the ratio, play these, okay, bye. But yeah, if you liked it, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will be back with another combo video in a little bit. Thank you.